Some people did not care about the Avengers till the movies.
Right.
It wasn't a thing where everybody was on the Avengers heavy.
Right.
That wasn't, people liked Xmen. Xmen was the thing.
Yeah. Why are we using the metric of death as the ultimate, like, that's the only thing. Batman can break every limb in a person's body and leave them a total paralyzed person as long as they give him information, but he's a good guy in that respect?
Yes.
What?
Oh, and
in the process of trying to achieve harmony, how many more mutants have to die? Right? That's what Magneto is thinking. You can try to be like, okay, yeah, like we're gonna try to achieve harmony.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. It's your boy Sam.
It's your boy Jovi.
Today we are joined by two friends of the show. You know, Matt, the man who loves Shogun more than he should. And of course, we got Terrell.
Teasy, T-girl. Call me what you want. Call me what you want. But don't go. You can call me what you want, but you don't call me.
All right, Xmen 97. It came and it went.
It's
Yes.
It's just the best thing that Marvel has produced.
In a while.
You know, the intro gave me chills every time.
The theme song.
The new intro.
Because, you know, they changed it every time.
Yeah.
I watched it every single time, too.
Yeah.
He was like, hold on. I was like, Cable wasn't in this.
No.
It was like they kept adding characters.
Yeah.
Like,
And even the, like, the clips in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too dope.
I'm just talking about the sound. Like, just that.
I prefer the original.
No.
Yeah, I do.
You like
I like
the original sound.
I like the modern.
Well, the original was stolen.
Okay. Well, then they were some smart thieves.
I like the modern feel of it. Like that. It's something about it that makes it today's music.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Produced.
And every time I hear it, like I'm just like,
cheers.
All right, man. That's what's up, bro. All right, so we had 10 episodes in this first season. It's been greenlit for 2 more seasons already, I believe. Seasons 2 and 3. We have all watched all of them. I think I'm the last to watch them. I just watched the last one today.
Wow, so it's fresh.
Yeah, so, man, oh man. Before we start, though, I have a question. Did you guys do a recap or rewatch the old one first?
No.
So the reason I'm so late, I was trying to rewatch the old one.
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 seasons, and then I was like, you know what? We got this episode coming up. I need to watch this. But I will say, I don't think you needed to for this.
You didn't, but fun fact, we talked about this in another video, or talked about this. Frame rates from 90s television animation makes me a little nauseous now. On newer TVs.
Okay.
If you watch it on like a TV that's not like high hertz, it's fine. But if you watch it on something that's over 120, they be like, just like, why the shoulders keep moving?
That is very funny.
And it's like, it's because it was not designed.
Yeah.
And it was not drawn because all
That's
this stuff was
interesting. But I watched it on my iPad. I thought it was fine. The old one, I thought it was fine.
Well, maybe it's the smaller screen, but
And
I know.
wouldn't they like make it so that putting it on Disney Plus, maybe they would have
like upscaled it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you think.
It is, yeah, but I tried and I was like...
the nostalgia of it keeps it looking like it did.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It still look like it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought you was going to say something.
Yeah, I wasn't for the new
I was definitely
animation
going to say
style.
something. So the last episode of the old X-Men is the last thing I remember. I remember like all the Wolverine arcs and everything.
I don't remember that at all.
You remember Wolverine stuff?
I don't remember the last episode of the old
The
series.
last episode is the beginning of the first episode.
Oh, no, is that when Xavier dies?
Yeah.
I'm earlier.
Right.
Got sent to the upper room.
The upper floors on H.
So, I remember, but all that to say, I think that if you have a rudimentary, like if you just know who the X-Men are from the comics, I think you can jump into this.
Oh, yeah.
If you know nothing about them, you might be a little lost on like relationships and why people hate each other in this one, but...
Now, I will say...
the love triangle.
I was a little confused at Morph.
So you don't remember Morph? I think
I remember Morph.
But you didn't remember his...
Yeah, they updated him a little. He looked
Yeah.
more like
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you never see Morph as we knew him in the previous.
No, he never
was Morph.
He went back for when he met Sinister. He went back for one scene, like a scene to looking like he used to.
Really, with the dark hair and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have missed that. I mean,
It was like real. It was just it was one change, and then he went back to
okay.
being what
I
he was
know
doing.
he was acting like everybody else, but I never saw him.
And they updated him, which I think I like because it gives the character more depth.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he professed his love to Wolverine.
Yeah, but I bang with the depth of like how they're deciding to write, because then you don't get like the same character over and over. All of these extra characters. This show made them not extras but individuals.
Oh yeah, every single person that was a side X-Men.
They're getting introduction.
Side
X-Men.
Right.
Yeah,
got
it's like
their shine with
exactly.
this. Yeah.
So, what was you saying?
Morph reminds me of the Chameleon.
Oh, because he looks like him.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, this is not the Morph I remember, but he's actually funnier now than he was.
Y'all are being generous saying that you could just yelp into it without an extension. I don't think y'all realize how much y'all know about X-Men. You actually sit back and argue about like who is Master Mold? Like, if you had never seen
No, but I'm saying like you can jump in.
You can put a general
You can follow the storyline.
You can enjoy yourself. Yeah, I agree. You can
make
enjoy
a strong
yourself.
assumption that this person did this person did that.
It won't have the same significance.
Right.
Like, as people who know, it's way more significant to us.
Right. Yeah.
But
When
you can at
people
least
start popping up,
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
can follow it though.
Younger
Yeah,
folks.
that's what I'm saying. If you're new, that's why I said if you're new,
right.
don't you can't just jump into.
No, you're gonna
this.
be confused.
But if you know the characters, yeah, you can. Come on, man. If you know, okay, Xavier, Magneto, they don't like each other for this reason. Scott and Jean and Logan have this love triangle. Like, if you know that, like, I think you can say that
they're not actually enemies.
Well,
It's like
I know, I get that.
they've just been friends with different.
No, I got you.
Yeah, so but I hear what you're saying. Like, a normal person would say, yes, that's the bad guy, that's the good guy.
And we gonna get to that because one of them ain't the bad guy, in my opinion.
So one thing that I caught in this series that I never knew before was Magneto and
Rogue.
Yes,
Yeah.
never knew that
That's
before.
the original.
I don't know, but
They was a thing.
They was a thing. They was a thing. I
So
never
I
knew
knew.
my magnet powers.
I
think
never
you can
knew.
touch me. Like, I was like,
And there goes Gambit.
That reminds me, Rogue's voice was terrible in this show. I could not stand it, bro. That's probably the only.
You thought that it was worse than the. You thought it was,
worse than the original?
Yes, it was way worse than the original. Way worse. I don't know. They need to fix that next season.
She never really had an enjoyable.
But this one just sound. I don't know what accent
like
she's
a
trying.
raspy. Yeah, it was a raspy,
Yeah.
Raspy Southern
accent,
yeah.
but it wasn't specific to any
Yeah.
region.
Did she even say on her famous lines in this one, Sugar? Did
Yeah,
she say that?
she said it all the time.
See,
She said sugar a few times.
Well,
I've been looking at.
let's get to these actual episodes, bro. So let's just jump into it, man. So we jump back with episode 1 to Me, My X-Men.
To me,
It's right after what's his name? So we pick up, like you said, Xavier is dead. Cyclops is kind of leading the X-Men now. And they start by rescuing the young New Mutant Sunspot. His name is Roberto.
Right.
Roberto.
Right.
Picked him up from that street gang.
Yeah, from Friends of Humanity.
Yep.
Who was in the which I want to talk about them because their hatred of mutants is strange to me.
It's construed. It's like they want to be a mutant, but since they can't.
But it's like,
Yeah, but they use.
why mutants specifically in a world that has Daredevil and Spider-Man and Captain America? Why them specifically?
Because they're not all you mutants are superheroes.
Huh?
Not all mutants are superheroes.
But they hate every mutant, even if the ones who are just not doing anything.
Think about it.
and it's
like,
because they're different. But all these heroes are different.
If Spider-Man was just a regular person that could potentially rob a bank or could potentially do X, Y, and Z, they see mutants as a threat.
Right.
So it's like...
But that's what I'm saying. Why are they an extra threat than someone like that?
Because the Spider-Mans and the Daredevils of the world are heroes. They're saving people. They're using their powers to do good. Whereas
the other,
if you're a Nightcrawler, if I just see you Nightcrawler, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Come on, man.
No,
what you're saying.
No, that is the essence of the conversation. That's why you get the Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because there is an element of it's obvious. There's a commentation. They're making comments about racism. Right?
Yeah. No.
So that's exactly.
But it's just. I guess I wish that their messaging. Well, I guess this is hard. I mean, I think the same thing of a lot of racist groups, but their messaging is just it don't make any sense.
Yeah, they're wild. No, they don't make any sense at all.
But so look, one thing I want to say about this first episode that stood out to me: people who read the comics, we know what Cyclops is. Genius tactician, amazing fighter.
Respect on his name.
Put some respect on my name,
man. He finally came and he was shooting his beams at the floor to move. Oh man,
came down.
That gen was so fire.
Then when he went cleared, he's like, to me, my Xmen.
Well, yeah, fire, bro.
That gen
I
was
was like,
great.
my man jumped out like he destroyed that jet, and it's like you. Now that
you
died,
don't got
he
wings.
That died, he
He was like not a care in the world. He did that joint without even thinking about it.
Stop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
Now that joint was fire.
The spatial awareness joint in one of the last episodes. That's what I was waiting for. The ricochet.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah. He shot it. Oh yeah. Fire, bro.
Goosebumps,
Yeah, nah. So like they made. That's the first thing I noticed because I remember in the old one, him and Jean, bro, I really couldn't stand them now. They just seem so weak.
Yeah.
But
it's not true. Like he is.
The concussive blasts were fire.
He's more than just a brand. Like,
Yeah.
he can do stuff. But so like we said, so this one they fight Trask, the guy who made the
ball.
So the major thing was they got Roberto. He comes back with them a little unwillingly, and Jean and Scott are about to have a baby.
Yeah,
and they announce that they're leaving the team.
It's not actually Jean.
And when they leave, when they get back from their mission, Magnus.
Yep.
And he's sitting there, and this is the first of Magnus. It's a whole series. Magnus.
I'm not gonna hold you. Every time they said it, especially Charles, it made me uncomfortable. There's a little bit of there's a bit of a tension there between Charles and him.
Yeah, man.
That we're gonna talk about later, but that last episode,
I got you.
Their faces was what?
They're best friends, bro.
Yo.
Remember.
Like, why are you so close to him, Charles?
Yeah, they were just laying. They were just laying.
They were saving from drowning.
Oh, okay.
But what Magneto, how many speeches did he have in this show?
Oh,
that was just
fire,
like,
though.
I mean, the first episode, he was like, Charles left this to me because he probably knew that, like, I can do, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like, Charles left it to me. Probably because he knew that I would be the best man for the job.
Yeah.
So, I would say, to your point earlier, I didn't think he was a full-blown villain. He just had a different view on how to deal with these problems.
So, that leads to thank you, leading us straight in episode 2. The X-Men are like, they read the will, and they're like, yo, this dude is like the bad guy. Why would you do this?
Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And we're learning that Magneto is actually trying to be more like Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember when I was watching this episode, I've only seen 2 spoilers for this series, by the way. I should mention that, which is amazing to me.
Which is really crazy.
Yeah,
Your algorithm should have been giving you, because I got them.
I see JJK spoilers all the time. It pisses me off, but I didn't see any for this. Except this episode at the end when he lifts the asteroid, I saw that.
Okay.
So Magneto in this episode, he's basically trying to prove himself to the X-Men and try to say he's not like Charles anymore. And to do that, he hands himself over to the UN, right? And they have this whole trial, and it's funny to me, because I remember during that trial, like they're putting a mutant on trial,
right?
And these people are still mad. Like you can't make them happy.
Right.
They're like one of the I guess the arbiters is like, why are these mutant haters attacking us? They're like, well, you put me on TV. That was enough for them. Like, you put me on TV and made me, gave me a fair trial. That was enough for them.
Right. They just want them dead.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he could literally get out of here in 3 seconds.
He can do whatever he wants. and he's choosing not
like
to.
putting Superman in handcuffs.
It makes no sense.
It does.
But this is the giant. Then also I remember this is the thing that set him off. Remember Storm got shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, I actually thought she was dead.
That was, when I tell you, that was such a significant moment in this series because in any other circumstance in the series prior, the original X-Men series, Storm getting hurt, I don't think that Magneto responds that same way.
Exactly. You're right.
I feel like now
they're his X-Men.
Yeah, and it's like you start to see like, oh snap, like bro, really, it's just like, yo, this is like, it's just like black people, right? Like it's like, yo, these are, or any minority, these are my people.
Yeah.
And because she's one of my people, the disrespect you just showed to her,
and you pulled
this
it's on me,
personal.
God,
Like this is like very personal. I was in charge of these people. I was entrusted with this.
And I let them get hurt.
And that, I think that's probably the biggest moment that won like X-Men fans over like, yo, now Charles is like, I mean, not Charles, but Magneto is Magnus. He's really like,
because he said something like, I've done what you've asked, and look what you've done. He said something like, for the 1,000th time, I have to say, never again.
Never.
And then he lifts him into the sky as like, I could kill you.
He gave him a talking to up in the sky.
Bro, talking to. Like they were his kids.
His speeches are like monologues that
he was like, look,
get into film.
Yeah, man. Like, it's like, you got to get the voice actor prop show. I watched that scene so many times. Just the delivery.
It was great.
Well, my man was in his bag at that studio recording.
He was, right? Yeah, he's earned every penny.
Like,
that John was dope.
My man said, yo, I could kill you, but I'm going to try to be like Charles. I'm going to let y'all go.
It was his wish.
And I think that, like you said it won over X-Men fans. That won over the X-Men too. Because they stopped being, I wouldn't say they trusted him, but they stopped being so like, there wasn't as much animosity towards him.
They weren't as skeptical as they were before.
My man was living in the freaking mansion after that. Was chilling in the mansion.
Sneaking rogue in his room.
Sneaking rogue in the right. How do you get it? Was that Charles's room?
We'll
talk about that. Where was he sleeping? Did they change all the sheets?
Rogue in Charles's bed is crazy.
Exactly.
That's nuts.
Right,
Gavin looking at the door.
Gavin looking sad as hell. Man, did my man Gavin dirty.
They did him so dirty.
They gave him a scene though. They gave him his episode.
Yeah,
that was fine.
Yeah, we gonna get there in a little bit. So this one ends with another Jean showing up at the door.
Yeah,
like our clone,
and
that's the real one. Yeah, right. Yeah. So it looks just like her. In the next episode, we find out this is the actual Jean, and the one who's been there is Madeline Pryor, created by Sinister.
Yeah.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, this episode,
Cable's mama.
This train reminded me, Sinister is a villain.
Oh, he is.
He's like actually scared.
You took the words out of my mouth. I am scared of the cartoon character. I am 34 years old. I should not have had that same feeling when he came on the screen when I was 6 years old watching it.
Yeah, man, because the whole thing was they were trying to stop him.
Yes.
Like
I still remember the scene where they're walking on the beach after they fought, and I'm just like, he's bad, mommy, like this. This is terrifying. And the whole time I was like, and then when Morph turned into him, I was like, that's not him.
Yeah.
He's not no punk.
Like when he came in this chain, right? This was after Nate was born, which the doctors wouldn't deliver him because the doctor's also racist. But anyway, after
straight up,
yeah. So after Nate was born, and Madeline had him because she was like in denial about being the fake Jean. I remember like he started talking through the baby monitor, and I was like, I paused it. I was like.
Yep.
Nah, that joke.
I was like, nah, man, come on.
That joke was wild.
And then he's like, you know who I am, and then you can just see him come out the shadows. That scene, that right there, like again, like you said, we grown adults. If I was younger, like I didn't.
I'm not gonna lie. I was watching the drink with my sons. They took the next episode off. They were like, you know what?
Right?
Maybe this isn't for us. And they didn't come back until another 2 episodes after that.
But the joint's scary, bro. Yeah. He's scary.
But yeah, man. And what's her name? He mind controlled Madeline this episode. Oh, and that's when she was messing with them, dog. The stuff she did to them was messed up. What she did to Gail was
that was like a horror game.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. They
she
went
threw
there.
them all into there. And she said,
They went
I'm
there.
not even, she says, I'm not even really trying. Don't mess with me.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Did you guys peep that in the intro for the following episode, Jean Grey has her hair up instead of her hair down?
I didn't notice that.
They changed it.
Because the real Jean is here now.
The real Jean had her
wears
hair
ponytail
up.
up.
Right. I thought that was fire. The attention to detail was like...
I agree.
Madeline's like, I'm my own person. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay, girl.
All right, yeah, you go do your thing.
You go do
your thing. So then, and I think Nate also goes to the future. Forge leaves the team, so he's not in the intro anymore. Or not Forge, Bishop. Sorry.
Bishop leaves, which I was excited to see more Bishop,
But
and we understand
in very Shogun fashion,
Oh my
they
God.
make sure that you have to make another season.
Yeah.
And you have to tell the story. That's why at the end of this season, you know that you're going to get a Bishop heavy season 2.
Yeah, but it was like, we're friends. We're friends
He's
in the
the
future.
man.
Like,
He's the one.
Like,
He goes and this is what he does.
Yeah.
He's going to be the star of next season.
I'm going to be all time travel next season, you think?
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, it has to be.
There's gonna be crossovers.
So, yeah, the next one I think was actually the only bad episode in the series. It's the one when Jubilee was in the video games. I thought that was fun.
Yeah,
That was stupid, dog. I thought it was dumb.
That was fun, man.
Yes. Like, I thought it was like, because for one thing, I don't like Mojo as a villain.
When I tell you they took 2 episodes off, it was because of that drama as well.
Mojo is scary.
Yeah, that's it.
Mojo's terrifying.
Back and all that. But I thought that it was one of those episodes that showed us that, like, okay, we can do what we used to do, but this is not the same show.
No, yeah. That's something that
I think
that's something you would have got back in the day.
Yeah, no.
In a 23 episode season.
And that's why it bothered me. We have 10 episodes.
Correct.
It's a lot more serious tone. But then you're giving me this cheesy 90s.
It was like this, like I said, it's like what you would see, but at the same time, the subject and how they handled it, it wasn't really like what we watched. It was still a little bit more adult.
She came into her adulthood within this season, I feel like, more. We always looked at her as the kid.
Yeah. And she turned, she became.
Yeah.
And I guess
they needed an episode that bonded
the
Sunspot
yeah.
to the group.
I mean, I feel like they could have another one.
We gonna talk about this in a few episodes. How easily Sunspot was turned.
Yeah, but then this episode, you should remember another reason I thought it was like there's a dichotomy there. This was split when Storm met Forge.
Met Forge,
and that young.
And
they talk about
love. So
they sure did.
They fell in love so fast.
Got her powers back.
Bruh.
That joke was scary too.
I was about to say that bro. That's that thing, bro.
Homie
that
was
joke
like,
was crazy.
What? Isaac came in. He said, "What is that? Is it a dog? Is it a bird? What is that?"
Yo, I don't know. I don't think I know that villain, bruh.
No, that was new.
That giant,
something new.
like
a Native American demon.
Yeah.
Like, right? It's just sitting there talking, and the way Storm was just so calm talking to it. I'd have been freaking out, son. Nah, bruh.
She's cool as a cucumber, bruh.
Nah, man.
I like when she came back with the new outfit.
Yeah,
that was fire. Yeah, nah. So this chain, I think this chain ends with Forge being poisoned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we leave that storyline for an episode, which if I'd been watching week to week, which I'm glad I didn't, that would have bothered me.
I can admit that I did not like how that one ended.
Did you guys watch week to week or you? Oh yeah, see, nah, I'm not.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Nah, I'm not doing
it. But in just in retrospect, it adds that level of like, oh no, I gotta tune in. And on top of I gotta tune in, when you see a story not even be addressed in the next episode, you know that it's gonna circle back around. And it gives you something to like look forward to.
I was under the impression that they weren't. I was like, hold on, why would they do that? I was like, where is Storm? Like, and I was really thinking about that, and then talk about the internet ruining it.
Yeah.
And I saw that was 2 or 3 episodes later, it was like Star's back, and I was like,
up until the last 3 episodes, after each one, I was like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, I need more.
Like, but watching week to week, I'm trying to tell you, that's what made you feel like.
And I watched the Saturday morning.
I gotta find out.
I was watching the Saturday morning. It's like it was back in the day.
Same. Yeah. I would wait until like the last 2 because I could not wait. I was like, I can't let the internet spoil.
I managed to hold out.
But yeah, being a kid, we was watching them joints Saturday mornings.
Fox. I remember. But so I wasn't too mad because this next episode 5, is the only other episode that was spoiled for me. It's the Gambit episode. So they go to
everybody
Genosha.
Yeah, they go to Genosha. Magneto is elector. The Hellfire Club is there.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian and Emma.
Yep.
Scott's having an affair with a mental affair with Natalie.
Do that with me. You only can do that with me. He's like, oh, we've been talking.
He ain't even had no excuse either.
He was like, how did she just walk in on it like that?
The bother of my child.
Right, exactly. He's like, my bad.
It's like, nah, bro, that's weird.
But you see, she kissed Logan earlier in that episode.
Bro,
It's a sick triangle, bro.
It is a sick love triangle.
Yeah, it is, bro. Especially you remember that man's like
Jean is
years
wild.
old.
Jean is wild, bro.
But
She is.
Well, yeah. So the majority of the episode was on Genosha.
And I was so excited for that. I thought I was like, cool.
Yeah, it was a mutant. We got the mutant Haven. The Warlocks were there. The Hellfire Club was like,
I'm like, who the fuck paid for the Warlocks to get there?
oh yeah, leave the source. Right.
They don't got no money, bro. They lived in the sewers. Who the hell paid for the Warlocks to get this? I think about these things.
Look,
like,
man, if it
maybe
was,
one of their mutant powers.
No,
the UN, like
it was
blew up
Magneto.
plane in.
Magneto pulled some strings and got shut.
Oh no, he did. He did. I think he did because he was talking to the little Morlock boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he pulled some strings.
But yeah, so they
It's gonna be okay.
yeah, they elected him as like
he did. He told him. He said everything was gonna be okay.
They elected him as like the leader.
Yeah.
And then he said he's only going to lead if an X-Men joins him, and he chose Rogue for other reasons.
Yeah,
obviously.
loaded.
And then they had real talk. The music in that party, that joke was fire, bro. Yeah. That whole dancing, that joke was fire.
I was not expecting all hell to break loose.
Yeah, production value went crazy.
Cable pops up, and then it's just like,
well, you know what's funny?
Too late.
I love the fact that they leaned into Cable being kind of like, he's a good guy, but at the same time, he's kind of like the boogeyman. Because if Cable is there, that means that something bad
has happened.
Like something is going to go terribly
He's trying to
wrong.
stop it.
And I love that about like his.
I mean, he's been there before.
Right.
He's been there over and over
if he's
again.
there, it's because he has to be there. Like he has to prevent something. I love that.
Did y'all peep the Watcher in this episode?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in the Star.
Yes. He was in the Star. Goosebumps.
Yes.
Because I freaked out. Yeah. I thought something was wrong with me.
Nah.
And I went and I paused the TV. And then that's for some odd reason, y'all all know my brothers. Right? Oh my God. Yeah, my brothers we're super Marvel fans and like y'all too. And my brother at that very moment, I don't know how we were watching at the same time, he sends a screen, like a picture of his TV. Like, did y'all see the Watcher? Our group chat is called the Xmen. And he was like, what? I was like,
that's
I
hilarious.
thought I was tripping.
Yeah, nah, man. I caught that immediately.
That joint freaked me out.
Yeah, man.
I'm there laying on the couch. I was like,
why would he be?
What if they use that same scene?
You know, because they said it.
What if?
Yes.
This is a major.
They're going to use that same scene.
That's said it later. This is a major event that can't be changed. It's why Cable kept failing.
Right.
It's probably why he was there.
What he said, he was in there 20 times or something.
200. So, like you said, Cable shows up while they're all dancing, and then like, I don't even know what the Sentinel is called. It's like, that giant, it just shows up. But, man. So this new Sentinel showed up, and I don't know what it is. Gambit called it the Godzilla Sentinel. I think it was a master mold or something.
Yeah, but it looks.
But it was making more Sentinels.
Yeah.
And when I tell you they tore Genosha apart, bruh, that giant
was making Sentinels was killing.
That was probably the most violent. Like, that's why this show couldn't have existed in the 90s. Like, the stuff that was happening, man.
They remind you, like, this is not the same show that you.
This is not TVY7.
No.
Something ain't that. I know a lot of people.
And they was cussing it. Let's just point that out.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Too.
For sure.
I was
like,
it's
so crazy that I didn't peep that because I was like, well, this is for me.
Right.
And I didn't even, like, I was like.
I said, this is.
I know a lot of people remember the end. Gambit basically he had his moment and he saved Rogue. But the thing that stood out for me, like you said, this is where I really, really turned to being on Magneto's side because he's like, I promised this boy I would save him.
Right.
And as he's putting up his magnetic shield to protect him from this blast, he looks at this boy and is like, Yeah, you see, he's like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
But he's trying. He tried so hard, man.
Yeah.
He was legit being like Charles, and it just failed. And
then Charles out here getting space pussy.
Oh yeah, that's not how this episode ended. Didn't we see Charles?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Charles out here getting space.
Out here walking.
You're right. That nigga, he walking. Get your ass back in that yellow wheelchair. Yeah, man. My man is on the Shi'ar planet with his queen. That was the next episode. He was chilling.
Time.
Like, how could you do that to everyone?
Eyebrows
But here's
freshly
the
arched.
thing. To be fair,
Freshly
arched his ass.
fresh arched joints.
Magnus. My man, he was in love, man.
Oh,
He was in love with it, and he thought the X-Men were okay. I think.
thought they were okay, and he said he did it for the X-Men.
I'm not gonna hold
he
you.
disappeared and faked his death
Bruh.
for his X-Men.
Well, he didn't fake his
He
death.
didn't figure that, but he wasn't. Yeah, it's like it was
for
a
his X-Men, though.
Yeah,
He
bruh.
didn't fake it for
It
us.
was
You
assumed.
did it because you wanted space pussy.
He did it like they came back and saved him. He did. I mean,
I feel like if you was really, I feel like you would have came back, bro. If you was really like about your X-Men, you would have came back on your own.
On your own, yeah.
so he can't be in love. He can't have a life. That's the one he's given.
He said he did that for Jean and Cyclops, but
And he left it to Magneto. He's like, y'all gonna be all right.
Nigga, that don't sound like a. That don't
like a whole
sound
cop-out.
that don't sound like a stepdad or like a deadbeat dad. That's like y'all alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to move to Minnesota with this.
It's like, I can watch y'all, though. I can still see y'all. That's
I know.
even more messed up. It's like, I can still
Right,
see
I can see
y'all.
y'all. Y'all think I'm gone, but I see y'all.
Even Jean can't sense him, which is crazy.
Yeah, man.
It was kind of. Look, man, I got some qualms with Charles after this season, bro.
Let the man live.
And then you floating in water
Magneto out
inside
there
of
fighting.
Magneto's
Magneto
brain.
low key fighting a good fight out here, bro. Like,
But no, so Charles is so far away. Like
We're all on
anything was
Magneto's
wrong.
side on this.
Yeah, nah.
I think we're all completely on Magneto.
Because it's like, I mean, call it, our life experiences may have changed us from when we were children, but it's like,
Yeah.
Everything he was doing in this show, up until, I guess, the very end,
Not a bad
it's like, yeah, he's just trying to save his people.
bro, I'm not.
He's Aaron Yeager.
I gotta say he's a hero. I really
Right.
can't say
He was doing the
would
right
you say
thing.
he's an
and then
anti-hero?
I don't even think he's an anti-hero, bro. I think that he just a different way. It's just like you would never consider Malcolm X an anti-hero. He just has a different way of dealing with the problem.
The problem. The problem.
Hold on. Now, Killmonger was not a hero, right?
This is the reason why I would say that Killmonger was not a hero. And the reason why I say that is because you are fighting for the exact same spot as T'Challa. You're fighting to take T'Challa's place. Magneto was never trying to take Charles's place. He was never trying to diminish Charles in the process of the greater good.
No,
he just had a different idea of getting to the greater good.
I mean, but he was called a mutant terrorist for a reason, bro.
I mean, he was calling mutant terrorists.
He was doing some crazy stuff.
I mean, I'm talking not in this season
right.
before.
It's
Is what I'm saying.
It's just like V in V for Vendetta, right? That's, a DC affiliate.
Okay.
You should appreciate that.
Vertigo, yes. Yes.
Like, it is not necessarily that he is a actual terrorist. It's more so like, what do you consider a terrorist?
He's an actual terrorist.
What do you consider
No,
a terrorist?
I'm saying old Magneto was a terrorist. Seriously. He used violence to try to change things.
I'm
He
gonna
declared
take
war on
it
humanity
to Angela
multiple
Davis. I'm gonna
times,
take it
bruh.
to Angela Davis. You cannot go so far as to criticize the tactics of a revolutionary. You have to think about what is the reason or what is the revolution that they are trying to
No,
produce.
that's what I'm saying. But you just said that someone like a Killmonger is just technically a bad.
No. I'm only saying that he's a villain in the scape of like
not
we
a
have
hero.
a hero and the villain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our hero is T'Challa. That's our hero.
Right.
The reason why we consider him a villain is he's literally trying to kill T'Challa.
Okay, so what? So he's not a villain because of his worldview, is what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't consider him a villain. I would consider
no.
Killmonger tried.
Killmonger was trying to replace colonization.
Yeah.
Bro, he was going to kill so many people.
Oh, yeah, he want everybody.
Oh, so he's going to use all the technology and power of Wakanda.
No. Magneto, in the very same vein, is like, we need to embrace evolution. We are the superior race.
Yeah.
We are. He had the same type of.
Right. So he's not.
But this is the thing. What I'm saying is, when I say hero and villain, to be a villain, you have to be going against our hero.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that there was never a moment where Charles and Xavier were literally like, I'm trying to kill you. I'm trying to defeat you. It was mostly like Charles just getting in the way of him doing what he felt as though was necessary. The humans are wilding out here. Let's be real. The humans are wilding out here. They are doing some wild stuff. They are killing mutants. Yeah. They are doing so. Magneto's just like, if they kill me, I'm killing them. Charles is just in the middle, like, we gotta figure out a different way. Like, that's all that is. I would never consider Magneto a villain in that respect. Now, you do have villains in the X-Men scope. I would consider like Omega Red a villain. I would consider, even Sabretooth. I would consider Sabretooth a villaon.
Who does Sabretooth work for?
I think Sabretooth is like an independent contractor.
Okay. Independent contractor. All right.
If you ask me.
Okay.
I would consider Sabretooth don't really got no rhyme or reason. He just out here wilding.
He's just upset.
He's just
independent
upset.
contractor. He for no reason.
He
gets a 1099 at the end of the year.
He got a personal vendetta with that nigga right there.
Okay.
He just want to fight.
And whoever's
Magneto
against
is
them.
really like out here really trying to fight the good fight for his people.
But he will kill you if you get in his way. That's
How is
the
that
problem.
a villain? How is that a villain? If somebody
don't kill people,
if somebody came in here and tried to kill Javon, I gotta come. It's either gonna be Javon dies or they die. And
that's self-defense. Magneto
you don't think the woman Magneto is doing is considered self-defense? If
no,
he
has preemptively tried to kill people before in order to get what he wants to get.
One thing people are going to be towards things they don't understand, people are going to be people, bro. Magneto is somebody who lived in a concentration camp. He has a different worldview. It don't matter if I'm a good little boy. It doesn't matter if you hated me simply because I was a Jewish person. What makes you think that you're not going to hate me even more just because I haven't even done nothing to you yet?
When you find out
find out that I'm a mutant now, it's like, kill
with my
him
mind.
For sure.
So I don't even want to like, how do I say this? In this season, I'm actually with you because I believe that Magneto was in the right. But for you to say he's never been taking the role of a villain, that's a little far from me.
I'm only going as far as you say a villain. I consider them to go against the hero. Venom is a villain to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The Joker is a villain to. I would say Ra's al Ghul is a villain to Batman.
No, he's not. He's not. And this is getting way off topic, but he's an eco-terrorist. The only reason I'm just saying the only reason Ra's al Ghul goes against Batman is so Batman gets, that's like you said, he gets in his way.
Batman is not even.
He gets in his way.
You don't think that there is a personal thing there where it's like you're taking very Bruce Lee-esque. Wow, we're nerding out in this, right? Where it's like you're taking what we taught you and you're applying it in a way where now you're using it against us.
Okay, I feel like you're talking about the movie.
Which is no. I'm talking about in general. You're using
he didn't train it.
It's not about So maybe I am mixing a lot of the different media because they're even in animated series, even in the movie, there's a lot of reference to Batman acquiring his skills from the League of Shadows.
Oh, he didn't. But I mean, okay, but I got you.
You see what I'm saying? And you take that information, you take those skill sets, and now you're using them to stop what we're doing. I think that I would consider that static.
That's a clash.
Yeah, I would consider that static.
But now, according to your definition, like you just said with Magneto, if someone is just trying to do something and a quote-unquote hero was getting in their way, that person's not necessarily a villain because they're not trying to kill this person. They're trying to accomplish a goal.
If what they're doing is noble, The reason why I say that Magneto
what he's doing is noble. Ra's al Ghul was to save the planet. He was saved the planet.
No, bro.
No. Magneto would have been a villain in X-Men First Class. It's true.
No, absolutely not.
No, when they got Abby's Magneto.
I feel like that was the best example. Magneto is not a villain. This is a you have all of the mutants on the island there, right there, and you have all of these missiles heading towards this mutant island or this area where there are all of your friends, all of your family are here, and you got people just trying to kill them just to kill them. Absolutely, I'm turning the missiles back. 100%.
All right, bro.
100%. So what am I supposed to do with the milk? What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to just let.
I'm just supposed to
Charles
let you kill
like,
all of my people, everybody.
Well, I guess what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're saying Magneto is these examples you're bringing up. Sure, he can be considered a like defending his people.
He just has a different way of dealing with the problem.
It's a different way of dealing with the problem.
That's what I'm saying. They're all fighting the same problem. Charles is fighting the same problem that Magneto is fighting. That's why I would say it's different to compare them than it is to compare.
Let me ask you a question. Just real
they're
quick,
literally going against each other.
We got a couple more episodes to go to, but just
do.
real quick. If Magneto wanted to kill Trask, right? And he dropped a building on the building where Trask is in, and he got him, and he killed 10 other people, would you consider him a villain for that?
No.
Oh, okay, then. We're not gonna. It's pointless. We're not going to agree. We're not going to agree.
This is what I would consider him. This is what I would consider him. I would consider him an extremist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What do you like? Extremist what?
I would just say he's an extremist. If
it's pointless, we're not going to.
If Batman shoots the Joker, is he a villain?
Batman will never do that, though. He's a hero.
No, I'm saying if Batman shoots the Joker, is he a villain?
He can't. He doesn't do it.
Is he a villain if he shoots the Joker?
Does the Joker die?
Yes, the Joker dies.
He wouldn't do it though.
Somebody else do it too, but he still other people die.
Okay. We can just.
There's
look.
Batman's just like don't do it.
Why are we using the metric of death as the ultimate? Like that's the only thing. Batman can break,
and they're still alive. Yeah,
total paralyzed person. As long as they give him information, but he's a good guy in that respect.
Yes.
I mean,
what? And he doesn't do that. Is what I'm saying.
We sat through Batman as a villain.
Acknowledges that he's crazy.
Right, Batman. He's an absolute psychopath.
He is. He doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a whole other discussion in this. But we got. Let's do this.
You're right.
I think we're on episode. So we was talking about 6. Xavier got his woman. I don't remember the Empress's name, but her
weird
sister.
headdress.
Thank you.
And then says, this ghetto planet.
Right. Yeah, she was going in on her own
planet. I was like, damn, she just called our whole planet ghetto.
She was like, yeah, he's from that backwater
ghetto-ass planet. I was like,
yeah, he don't belong here. So they basically
and that nigga can't walk. That's what she was just going in.
And she went in on him,
Give me that suit. You don't need that suit. Gold suit walking around.
Yo, but something that happened when she was doing this whole thing, she basically rebelled against her sister, saying, because you can't marry him.
Yeah.
I forgot how strong Guardian was. Like, that dude is the man, Jan. Like, yo. That someone tried to attack him, and he's basically Superman. He came down so fast,
right? Yeah,
and took everybody out before Xavier,
everybody,
and put them in class.
You're in class now. I'm eating an apple.
That joint was cool. That joint was cool, bro. That joint was cool.
Professor I like that. X is hilarious.
But then that's what I'm saying. That's when he noticed, oh, my X-Men are in trouble. I have to go back and help them. So. But then this, the second part of this episode was about Storm when they fought the demon again.
Yeah,
that thing,
scary ass demon. When that one was coming up the volcano or whatever.
Yeah, so she had to go and she had to fight her claustrophobia for one,
right?
To go get this cure for Forge, and then like he said, that jet was
died.
Yeah, I would have died.
Forge would have died because I would not be able to squeeze in no.
Bro, and the way it was just talking to her in that bird form, and she's not freaking out. Like that was wild to me, man. But that's what, like you said, Terrell, she overcame her fears, got her new outfit.
Yeah,
the black giant.
When she wrote, that joint was fire.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't know how weather makes clothes, but I'll let that.
Hey, man,
the cartoon.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure. Mutants.
And then when they eventually see Jean again, it's like, oh, you're back.
Yeah.
What we got?
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? And then at the end of this one, Trask is Sinister finds Trask.
Yeah.
So then we go to episode 7, which was when Rogue became a...
Oh, man.
She went... She went...
Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorites.
She was far to the desert. She met Captain America in this episode.
Sure
She was going off.
Too. That was fire,
the
too.
shit out of Captain America, dog.
Yo, something was funny. She threw the shit. She just threw it to him out. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, you know how far he has to run to go in there? Like, why would you do that?
Yo, that was the meanest thing
Right.
I could have done. Like, she didn't even have to beat his ass. She was like, go get your shit, boy.
Why'd you do that? All he said was, I can't help you. She was like, all right, fine. Fucking shoot. That joint was just like,
No, that joint was so...
that joint was wild,
I
man.
love it, but it showed how strong she is.
What
loved
was crazy to me
it,
about
man.
that was the Avengers weren't even thought of yet. Like, it was just...
Some people did not care about the Avengers till the movies.
Right.
It wasn't a thing where everybody was on the Avengers heavy.
Right.
That wasn't... People liked Xmen. Xmen was the thing.
Yeah,
like,
you're talking about a group of superheroes.
Yeah, like weren't that like we knew about the Avengers, of course, but nobody was on. Nah.
It was X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, seriously.
And of course, now,
and all those crossovers on all the animated series.
Exactly. Iron Man. Golly.
Oh, yeah, Captain America comes something. Like,
Captain America.
It's like, hey, what's up, Cap?
Spider-Man had that really good crossover. And they did the
Spider-Man
Secret Wars.
And then when Spider-Man, when he turned into the big ass spider, and the X-Men had to help.
Yep.
So then, sorry, I was just reading this because the episode also had one of the moments I really loved. When the team comes back together, they find Rogue after she's been on her rampage. Trask is like, Sinister has me, I need you to come help me. So they go find him, fight their way through, and then Rogue drops him off a building, y'all. Yeah. She legit just like a villain would. She legit picks him up and is like,
because
she says something like, she says something like, oh yeah, we can't help you.
Her favorite person on the planet.
Is she a villain for that?
I don't think
Do you know how much Boulevard Trask has done? Bro?
So it sounds like to you. So you think the Punisher is a hero in your mind?
How on earth could you
saying.
How on earth could you possibly not think the Punisher is a hero?
Again, this is we gotta get too deep. It's just you
could
think that
possibly?
you can't kill people for good.
So you personally think that if a nigga was just like so ill with it, like he was just like retired, Navy SEAL, ill, and in real life, real life terrorists were just dropping off the face of the earth, and it was like, yo, this person has been assassinated, and he started going for like billionaires and they was just dying, and then you come to find out it's one nigga in a skull like Washington. That's just like, I'm going after all of the people that are the scum of the earth. I think making everything bad for everybody.
He thinks your cousin selling mix.
But that's not him though. That's not him though. But that's not him though. That's Batman. Right. That's not him. That's Batman. That's not the Punisher. He just said it. That's be women. No. Punisher is not caring about nobody selling drugs. The Punisher don't care about that.
Yes, he does.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
So he does. He does.
Hey, Matt, he does not.
I've read many a Punisher comics. I'm not reading no Punisher comic where he's going after a drug dealer.
He goes after criminals, period.
Right. No, he's going after criminals that are doing things to harm people physically.
But no, not just. But the point is, I think what we're getting at, you think of these
Punisher
people.
Is a hero.
You think of these people and you put them in your real life scenarios.
The Punisher is a hero.
What I do with these comic book heroes, everyone to me is compared to like the Superman standard. Like, they're heroes in comics for a reason. the heroes don't kill people. They find other solutions.
I bang with that because I understand that concept. Because as a child, I got a lot of my morality from comic books. Yeah, 100%. But as an adult, I appreciate the Punisher comic, bro. I appreciate the Punisher comic. I appreciate Daredevil.
I appreciate the characters that definitely go after the...
Because it's like, bro, like, how do you really...
And do it with force.
Because do this. Because if we...
Yeah.
You think the Punisher is the police? Really? That's a very interesting take. That's a very interesting take. I would consider him more the military than the police.
Nah, he a cop.
Which I agree to a degree that the military as a mouthpiece for the government is absolutely weak from the police. But that's not the Punisher. The Punisher he's not a mouthpiece for the military. He's not a mouthpiece for the government. He is looking at the people who, if you rape this little girl, you're getting dead.
You're getting dead.
You're not just getting killed. You're swallowing a grenade.
And you're okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right then. That's our difference. All right. But anyway, let's go.
He's a hero.
Finish the series.
So anyway, this episode ends with we find out the main bad guy is this dude Bastion, a half Sentinel.
Yeah.
And Magneto's alive and in a sex dungeon.
Yes,
it
sure was. Well, I did not understand because I saw that online. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I
thought somebody drew it like as like a fan photo.
So that
changed. No idea it was going to be in that.
Someone screenshotted that and said he was at Diddy's party. Then I couldn't stop laughing, bro. That joint was funny.
Oh my goodness.
But so then the last 3 episodes were a 3-part. It's called Tolerance is Extinction. Fantastic. Episode 8. My favorite episode of the series. Go ahead.
So when Wolverine gets turned into pudding?
No, that's not that one. It's the one.
That's it. More Play-Doh. He looked like Play-Doh.
But this is the episode where Wolverine and
No, and who?
And
Morph?
No.
Professor loves each other.
Beast?
No, the little one.
Oh, Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they went on.
They had that tag.
Yeah, that jump.
Oh
yeah,
that jump was fire. Like, something. What was it?
Yeah, that
fighting?
fire.
He said I have 6 reasons, and he was like, nah, we got 9.
We got 9. He had the swords. He had his
pulled the 9 out.
3 swords. Yeah, that jump was fire.
That jank was fire, but the highlight
they were inside the mansion fighting.
Yeah, that jump.
Oh yeah, because Bastion sent Sentinels after us. Human Sentinels.
Human Sentinels are still creepy because they was whipping them Sentinels' asses, and they were flying out the sky.
Putting themselves right back together.
Human beings just drop it.
And it's like you hate mutants so much that you start destroying humans too. Like it's crazy. You're Apocalypse at this point, man. But
speaking of,
so then the reason this was my favorite episode. I forget the woman who betrayed them, the UN woman, the
know who you're
one.
talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when she frees Magneto and Bastion captures her, and she says what we're all thinking, and she's like, the scariest part of this whole thing is we found out Magneto was right. And the man blacks out the planet. And when he did that really just made... I was like, yo.
Bro, my man was...
This dude was so strong. He was an Omega level for
Yeah, I mean...
They showed it all over. They showed Spider-Man. They showed Daredevil. They showed everybody. The lights just went out.
Yeah.
Bro.
And he was like, he was like, I'm done.
Omega Red for no reason. I was like, why did you show Omega Red? He was like,
So then... Xavier comes back to me, my X-Men.
To me, my X-Men. To me.
And then they gotta go.
Magnus.
So the next episode, they go fight Magnus on Asteroid M.
Yep.
And this is where Wolverine
turned into pudding.
Yeah, that giant was wild.
He looked like
that was some great animation.
Yeah,
he looked like Play-Doh.
That was just a great sequence.
Because I always wondered how or who would do that to him.
Yeah, he's the only one that can really defeat him for real.
And what's great? Wolverine didn't have a lot in this season.
No, I love that.
Yeah, I love that because he was. I mean,
when you think X-Men, that's your first.
That's your first person. Well, they highlighted everyone else this season. I thought that was dope, man.
You believe was the only one that made Bastion bleed?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, because he said something like
talk about her powers.
I thought her powers were dumb too at first. And she was like, I heard that a lot. Yeah. Blew up his face. That was wild. That was a dope fight, and that's one of the fights where I was like, I don't know how they're gonna win this one, man.
No.
And that's the feeling you want, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
It
makes you want more.
Then we had 20 minutes of Magnus. Magnus.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah, so
I'm
he had to
not
go
gonna
in
lie.
the
I'm not
in
gonna
the
lie.
water
I'm
with
not
you.
gonna lie though.
Bruh, that he was
That
trying to
joint
save him.
That joint definitely, like, it brought back First Class. Yeah. There was moments where I was like, am I feeling emotional about this? When he started speaking in German, I was like, whoa, like, this is like...
So again, this is, I mean, we skipped over, but this is another one where he is one of those speeches. He says something like, I grew up in Germany when there was a war. He's like, I've seen, like you said, he said, I've seen like real hatred.
Right.
He's like, do you think that, he basically, I forget what he says. I wish I wrote it down. It was such a good line. But he says basically to Charles, like, yo, do you really think that I'm just going to sit here and take this?
Right. No, I'm not rocking, man. Bro. I'm not rocking.
But I mean, again, destroying the world, it's a little extreme, bro.
This is what it is. This is what it is. It's the fact that, like, yeah, you do gotta talk somebody off of a ledge.
Yeah.
But to act like they don't have a good reason,
I agree. I agree.
And it's the thing.
So the argument was always, there's a better way.
Yeah,
but you have to be careful about that. Better is why they beef. Because it's not
but
better.
You're appeasing.
It's not better.
You're appeasing the human race over.
It's just different. It's not
thinking
better
about your people.
But look at what he said remember what Magneto said. He's like, yo, this is a planet that we all live on and we have a shared future and a shared interest. So Xavier's way is quote unquote better because he's trying to make it good for everyone.
It's not better. It's just different. And the reason why it's so powerful that they have this moment is because in the space where it's like, yeah, if you take the road of thinking it's a better way, what is really better about it? We could either die,
harmony,
right. But in the process of trying to achieve harmony, how many more mutants have to die? Right, that's what Magneto is thinking. You can try to be like, okay, yeah, like we're gonna try to achieve harmony, and then maybe we'll get there in 100 years. But how many mutants are dying? How much of my family? I'm not going to see that. But I'm trying to get to that now. And if I can do away with all of the things that are hurting us now, then why wouldn't I do that? So it's not that it's better, but it is different.
Wouldn't it be more, and it's more humans dying though?
That's what it's saying.
Well, but we saw the future where the mutants basically.
He's like, bro, I had to watch all of Genosha being totally like. I had to.
Yeah, a lot of that's why Rogue and Sunspot joined them too. Because they were like, you weren't there, you didn't.
Yeah, it's not better. It's just different. You was away and you're having a good time and you're whatever. We're talking about like real situations right now, and I mean it's so potent.
All right.
To
But yeah, so
this last episode.
So that was, so then so Magnus and Charles eventually come to terms.
Yeah,
I guess, and they save the Earth, but they get flung in time after they stop Bastion. Jean and Scott end up in the future.
Yep.
And
they see
Nate and Rachel. Yep. I don't know if you peeped that was Rachel, but they see her, their daughter. Rachel.
No. Yes, I'm trying to remember exactly who was where.
I didn't even mention that. They showed Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch
on the boat. Yeah, and that's in his like subconscious.
In his subconscious.
They show when they're inside of
Magnus.
Yeah, when he was in his head.
Yeah. So like he knows that they exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, did he not know they existed?
It was like the first time that we had seen an acknowledgement of, oh yeah, so they are his kids.
They are his kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought that was canon in this show, but maybe not. Yeah. But then the rest of the X-Men end up in the past, and they meet a young Apocalypse.
The young Apocalypse, and that's how you end a season.
That's how you end a season.
That's how you end a season.
Yeah, man. And then Bishop and Forge are like, we gotta go find him and save him. It's
gonna be so good.
And Forge has to build Cable a new arm.
Yep,
that's
right.
There
you go.
That's right.
There you go.
They ripped it all together.
So let's wrap up. Most memorable part of the season, Terrell, go.
I'm gonna have to say the first episode when Cyclops came down.
I'm not gonna hold you,
laser, and then the scene when he called them to meet my Xmen.
Yeah,
and they all
fire. What else you meant?
I
I'm sorry. My jaw hit the floor when Magneto ripped Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and now you in the episode on that?
Yeah.
It's like,
I can give you that.
yo, like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
That's it.
that's how
he finally did it.
That's how
He been telling him.
Right.
I said earlier.
Like,
Yeah.
In every episode, what the fuck?
right, it's between those two. It really is. Like, that shooting that laser to the ground was probably the coolest thing I've seen animated in a long time.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Is Jill still back there?
Jill, yeah. What was your?
He's still back there. Most memorable moment of the season, bro.
That's tough. I mean, Magneto ripped the Wolverine skeleton.
Oh, all right. So you agree with Matt?
So I think we got like 3. That's
something to me. It's literally it's the Magneto was right scene, bro. Like the music, him destroying the Earth, her acknowledging that she was wrong.
Okay,
It's just that. It's just
you went for
it validated.
Cinematic.
Yeah.
Honorable mention. Bastion beating the crap out of Cable with his own arm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
He beat the shit out of all of them, really.
Yo, and then Cable said what he said about his mother. Yo, that joint was fire. That whole scene was fire.
Yeah. This show was very adult.
How would your mother say? He said,
oh, we're talking about mother. That thing was fire.
All right.
all right, y'all. But thanks for sticking with us, man. I appreciate it. Drop what your favorite moment of the season was. It's Joey's playing right there now in the comments. Until next time, we out.
We'll see you.